Oh yeah, I came through here already, didn't I? Okay. I see you up there. What? That was interesting. A little janky if you ask me, but whatever. Whoa. Okay. So there's some light platforming, I see. Oh. Maybe we can hot swap the mod here. What's the... There we go. If I put that on, I can get a little bonus. Let's switch it back. It really didn't give me very much. Oh, control point. Perfect. Heal me! That's better. Okay.
Communications. We're on the right track.
Mm-hmm.
Just look at it. 8 inches wide and capable of storing a whopping 80 kilobytes.
Wow!
Stolen by our friends at the CIA, the disk held the launch codes to Soviet nukes. This is not the disk, of course, but one exactly like it. A perfect fusion of concepts vibrating in the Cold War era collective unconscious. A receptacle. It is a receptacle for dangerous energies to hone in on. And they did. We don't have the details, but when things started flying around the disk, it was transferred to us. It's an object of power. OOP. Oops. Oh, and it can launch things telekinetically through the air. To date, we've launched maybe 3 dozen pencils. And once, we even launched a cup.
Amazing. I want to throw stuff. Let me throw stuff. Okay, this is where I came in. There's some stuff blocked up downstairs. Let's see if I can get in there or not. Yep. Hello, avid readers. The Bureau Book Bunch will convene at the usual spot in the corner table of the cafeteria at 5 p.m. on Tuesday. Currently discussing Unless You by J.D. Brooks. Everyone should get their reviews to me by Monday before lunch so I can generate some conversation starters before the meeting. Happy reading! Aw. How sweet. the hell?
Hey, Meg! What's wrong?
My mom's dead.
I'm so sorry, Meg! What happened?
I don't know. He blacked it out.
It's like the director says, confidential and children don't start with C.
The director's a puppet. A dirty, rotten, sad person.
Dad says my mama went missing in action. She walked into the city and didn't come back. I don't know what missing in actions is, but I sure wish someone would find her.
I'll help you look, Telfer. We'll find your mama together.
Well, that happened. What do you got for me? Other rooms? Anything? Hello, thing I can't read yet. Oh, a mod. What's it do? Exclusive to a weapon I don't have yet. Alright. Mr. Governor, I called the police, but they never come to my house. I got a problem and you got to send folk to fix it. I got my wife one of them singing fish on the walls. It's not a real fish. It sings when you hit a button, but it's got the devil in it. It flies around at night and sings devil songs. It says lots of cuss words. The devil got in my house because of the fish, and you gotta come handle it. My wife is real upset. When can you come? Sincerely, Dwayne Barr. Those Billy Basses are bad enough when they're not possessed by the devil. To whom it may concern, I am being contacted by the past presidents of the United States of America. They appear as spirit guides, giving me their wisdom. John Adams keeps saying I need to fix America, but I can't really understand him. They all have a lot of opinions. People tell me I'm imagining it, but Theodore Roosevelt showed me how to fix my lawnmower, and I don't know a thing about lawnmowers. Explain that. I have great dead men telling me about the past and present. If you'd like to use my abilities to help run the government, please let me know. I know the White House could use me. Yours in earnest, James Bartholomew. Yeah, well, that would probably be a step up. There. Let's go. Cigarettes. Man, I haven't seen one of those machines since I was little. Anybody leave any paperwork in here that I can read? No? Okay. Stairs. Dude just got wrecked by a pneumatic thing. Oh. That looks troublesome. Who's throwing shit? Cut it out. I probably don't want to go there right now. Book Club Notes for Penny by L. Sampson. So I don't usually read a lot of sci-fi, but as far as space operas go, this was alright. The title Unless You could refer to a bunch of things in the book, I guess, but I thought it was a little vague and stupid. The way the characters kept throwing it around almost like a catchphrase got annoying real fast. The best part of the story was the space battles. I sided with the Fixers, obviously, because they had the coolest tech and their motives made the most sense to me. Honestly, if I had to choose between some hoity-toity flowers and gun space hippies or a badass bunch of warriors who go around devouring planets like cheap sushi on a Sunday, I know who I'm picking. That scene where they invade City Planet and convert the entire population using those brainworms, and that space dog fight between those two ace pilots, sign me the fuck up. What kind of ruined the whole thing for me was when my favorite character got killed not even halfway through the story by getting a battery cylinder launched into his face by a gravitational anomaly. His death didn't feel necessary at all. That's definitely what just happened to that dude out there. I wonder if that's the same guy. Huh. Mouse memory that I can't read. You got an A tag on you, pal? Let's see one.
An object of power. Looks like the hiss have latched onto it. We need to cleanse it.
Shit. Ah, crap, I'm trapped in the box again. It's so funny that can happen. Well, here's where they teach you to crouch. Okay. Ah. I'll take whatever this is. Mouse memory. Yippee. Fuck you! Can't go in there. Book it. Gonna throw some more. Ooh. It's the disc. One from the video. Antivirus.
It's harder to hear you when I'm here. It's like the channel's been changed. The board's in charge here. They're pyramids in Bureau Seal. Are they really the ones pulling the strings? I'm not their director. I'm no one's director.
Alright. I am in a tutorial zone. Yeah. Oh, this must be the energy. Who says you can't make a good Star Wars game? Get your heart out, Star Killer. that.
There you are. You were gone. Cut off. I got it. Just like you wanted, right? This will help me fight the hiss.
Well, that sucked. Man. You guys are jerks. Yeah, I got enough health, I'll be okay. Supposedly. Ah. Must be contained in a cell with no other loose material. Object is an 8-inch diskette containing Soviet-era nuclear launch codes. When bound, the object allows para-utilitarians to telekinetically lift materials and throw it a short distance. The object is currently bound to someone for research purposes. Stolen from a Soviet military base located in Russia by agents blah and blah within the CIA. The diskette contained launch codes to nuclear missiles believed to be reserved for use against America. After being returned to America, the diskette began throwing computational hardware at members of the decoding team. An informant in the CIA tipped the bureau off, and it was requisitioned by agents the next day. You. Now stuff will get highlighted that I can throw. And that opened this hallway.
Emily said that the hotline can be reached through the mailroom.
Open. Launch efficiency. Recovery speed. Makes launching cost less. If I could equip more than one, that would be great. Yeah. Ain't gonna let me. Oh. The Hiss manifest in human hosts in numerous ways. The most common and least intense form is seen in the many corrupted agents floating around the Bureau. The Hiss agents have maintained their human appearance, undergoing no obvious physical transformation. The most notable distinction from an unaffected human is the fact that they levitate. These Hiss have displayed no aggressive behavior. They only seem interested in vocalizing the strange incantation ad infinitum. Perhaps these vessels are only meant to propagate the Hiss corruption like spores or Wi-Fi boosters? Or are they cocoons preparing to enter the next stage of their evolution? When attacked, the Hiss agents disappear, perhaps entering a state of invisibility or undergoing a transformation into a purely resonant form. Research is ongoing. The Bureau only allows certain highly trained individuals to handle volatile weapons and materials. Our demolition experts are instructed in the use of explosives in dimensions with distinct physical laws, making them important assets for engineering work as well as combat situations. The Hiss demolition experts are the only observed Hiss variations to wield the specially built rocket-propelled grenade that is designed to identify and track something entities once fired, making them a threat whose termination should be prioritized in combat scenarios. I find it remarkable that the Hiss restrict usage of this weapon to the Bureau personnel who specifically trained for its use. What does this tell us about its behavior? Can it not pass along new information to corrupted entities? Still too many unknowns. Rangers of the Bureau's well-trained and well-armed expeditionary forces. Their Hiss-corrupted counterparts are equally formidable. Prior to corruption, Rangers were trained to use a variety of weapons in order to face any threat found during awe response or threshold exploration, including submachine guns, assault rifles, and automatic shotguns. Hiss Rangers utilize these weapons as well as the advanced tactics taught by Bureau instructors. Some are additionally outfitted with Bureau-made body armor. Hiss Rangers have no observed paranatural abilities beyond some being protected by a shielding of dense Hiss resonance capable of stopping bullets. Considering the advanced training that Hiss Rangers are capable of applying to their situation, is it feasible to consider the human mind still remains intact to some degree, or is the Hiss able to tap into this combat training and utilize it? Further observation is required. So that reading kind of implied that I should be popping the guys that are floating around. National news sites have begun publishing the story of the polar bear attack on the Alaskan town. You all know I don't like to boast, but claiming that the family was killed by migrating polar bears desperate for food because their ecosystem is being ruined by global warming was a stroke of genius. Using current ecological concerns make the public much less likely to question. So another awe behind us, and the public is none the wiser. Well done, everyone. It was a strong campaign and perfectly executed. This doesn't mean we can stop monitoring this or that for any off-message opinions, but it's looking like we're in the clear. Off-message opinions. What are they talking about? Reddit? 8chan? I got a little turned around. Where did I come from? Where was I going?
Locked. Maybe there's a key nearby.
Oh, I'm gonna get my first key. I can throw a broom. Oh. Control point. I'll be having that. I'm always down for a fast travel point.
This must open
Hey, clearance level 1.
the door.
Yeah, let's look around before I do that. Okay, this is the hallway where I started. Then I walk through here. Wait, so I can collect this multiple times, huh? That's interesting.
You're listening to America Overnight, mystifying the airwaves for more than 29 years. Thank you for staying up with us. Ghosts. We've had many callers over the years tell us of hauntings, voices, and other phantasmagorical phenomena. Today, friend of the show, Dr. Quincy Reagan, tells his story. Quincy.
Thanks. This is something I experienced recently while staying at the Chili Pines Motel in Macon for last year's Suspicion Con. I was in room 47. The night manager, an avid listener of the program, insisted I take this particular room. Now, the manager explained that years back, the body of a man was discovered under the bed, inside that wooden border that motel beds tend to have. And the body had been there a week, he said. Guests had stayed there, sleeping with the corpse a foot below them. They only found the body when housekeepers complained about the smell. Hauntings have been reported in room 47 ever since. I happily took the room. I fell asleep pretty quick, checking under the bed first, of course. No ghosts visited me, no chilly spots or flickering lights. But when I woke up, I found myself under the bed. It was dark and stiflingly hot. Luckily, I was able to push the mattress off and crawl out before I suffocated. The night manager was kind enough to find me another room.
There you have it, listeners. What we call ghosts take many forms. Quincy was brave enough to tell his story, and I encourage you to keep calling and writing whenever you encounter something strange, something you can't explain. Maybe you're seeing colors that we have no name for. Maybe your toaster is possessed. Remember, dear listeners, when no one else believes you, we do. America Overnight, we'll be right back.
Wow. Somewhere along the line, things went weird. No one was sure how this happened, whether it was something caused by someone or something, or if it just happened by itself. There were a lot of stories. Everyone had a theory of how it had happened, of which maybe the weirdest and perhaps only fittingly singled out here was the talk about a strange golden space helmet that someone had found and a secret research project to replicate and manufacture those helmets. It was said that the helmet opened a way to another place, different from this one, but whether that other was actually a place or just something that came over when you were wearing the helmet, no one knew. Not even the scientists in charge of the project. In any case, or so the myth went, the helmets, or the people trying them on, brought the other closer to here, and things got weird. Things that people had learned to take for granted, like technology and physics, and religions and time and stuff, just stopped working like they were used to. It stopped altogether or became something different. There were lots of accidents and terrible catastrophes at first, and most people died and disappeared. And in some places it rained flowers and in others blood. Sometimes the other was very close and everything ripped and warped as something big, and the other passed close by, and sometimes it was even almost like the old times. In time people adjusted and adapted and learned to use the new things and laws to fix some of the old, but mostly as time went by people just forgot that things had ever been different, and the weird became normal. Everyone, at least everyone who believed in the myth, thought that the golden helmets and those who wore them were bad. And they seemed to have a point, for those in the golden helmets, even while they were hardly ever seen anymore, were often on those rare occasions doing bad things. Luckily, the other gave many people strange abilities, and a few heroes rose to fight the bad things. And there were lots of those bad things. And lots of good things as well, but now even more than before the other, things were ambiguous and never simple or clear, and people barely could tell the good from the bad. In any case, things went on, and it was almost never boring. Who wrote this? Report to Dr. Darling. Man, you can just walk right past this. Neat. Okay. Whoop. Fucker. show you to sneak up on me. Bitch! It's a lovely sound coming out of that radio. These beds look really uncomfortable. Okay. Is there another upper section here? Yes, there was. But it might be blocked off. Whew. Last month, our on-site server experienced an intrusion by unauthorized users. After a thorough investigation, it was confirmed that the users only accessed a video file, which contained portions of various Dr. Darling presentations. Investigators were able to track the users through their IP addresses. The following are the confirmed identities of these users: Patrick Strickens, Rubens Nogueira, Arto Kulamaki, Christopher Mills Bowling, and Jaakko Saarinen. These individuals are in breach of Bureau Code 91 and have been placed under surveillance by our external investigation team. Further action is pending. Did my best on those names. Oh. Oh, damn. I thought it was going to be a passive regen, but nope. So this is like an office room, but it's kind of foreboding. Holy shit. So you can get up there. Somehow. Probably need a float or super jump that I don't have. Damn. Okay, I can open that one. Pay attention, Alberto. This is the last time I'm explaining this. Internal lockdowns are manually triggered events that lock one or all of the sectors by restricting use of the sector elevator, effectively locking staff in their sector until the emergency is handled. They can only be lifted via directorial override and maintenance once the director is satisfied that the situation is under control. External lockdowns are a bigger deal. Nothing in or out of the whole building. It's only triggered by a code red containment breach based on some complicated system that security and research slapped together. It can only be lifted once A, the threat has been neutralized, and B, a high clearance individual gives the system the all clear. This process is not the same as the directorial override, so stop saying so in documentation. I know it's confusing as hell. I told Darling 100 times to change it, but they're adamant that it stays the way it is. Honestly, I don't think they even know how to change it at this point. Let's just make sure our staff understands how this mess all works, okay? looks like where I'm going next down there. No, this is impassable. For now. Can't shoot that one. Kind of sounded like Rammstein, but I think it was Finnish. Well, we'll be back here later. Looks like a boss room to me. Jeez. Called it.
They can fly now. Great.
Ooh, yikes. Ouch. Doesn't have that much health, but neither do I. I got him.
I have a.
His elevated agents display abilities similar to telekinetic competencies observed in Bureau para-utilitarians. Some prefer to change their targets while others charge their targets while others launch objects at them. Telekinetic attacks have been ineffective against the Hiss Elevated due to their own talent in the area. They do not use any weaponry except their own paranatural capabilities. Some Hiss Elevated have been seen levitating while strapped into chairs. This is likely the result of individuals being corrupted while undergoing cognitive recording in parapsychology. How were they able to use paranatural abilities? It is possible that these individuals were bound to objects of power prior to corruption. It's also worth considering that the Hiss resonance can identify and express latent paranatural ability in the individuals it corrupts.
Feeling he'll be back.
Yeah, me too.
Let's stay focused. The hotline should be past the mailroom.
Oh, it's a mess in here. I know there was something to read over here somewhere. If I'm not out of my mind. There it is. Hey Malcolm, yes, tea time is at 7. I'll see you on the course on Sunday morning. By the way, have you heard about this Tennyson report? Apparently there's a bunch of copies drifting around the office. Trench is looking to get his hands on any information about who wrote it. You wouldn't happen to have heard anything about that, would ya? See you Sunday. Up in here. Launch efficiency. Give me more mod slots and maybe I'll equip some of this stuff. Nothing, huh? That's the next spot. Just check over here. Okay, I was already here. Let's go. You went up into the big cable butthole. Wonder if I beat that guy, I'll be able to levitate. A spate of disappearances was traced to a home in the city of Butte where Bureau agents discovered a translocative light switch cord. Bureau agents arrived at the home of a local celebrity located at here, which had been connected to a total of some disappearances in the area. Agents found no one inside. While searching a closet, an agent pulled the light switch cord and disappeared from view. Another agent was selected to pull the cord in order to replicate the event. He disappeared as well. Both agents were discovered at the oldest house some days later, found in a sealed room by rangers exploring a new area of the house. The light switch cord in Butte's home closet disappeared during this incident. Okay, I'll look at it. Stop looking at me.
Roberto Tomasi, head of comms. The hiss got him.
All right, take this down. The situation in Cuba has been evaluated by the relevant authorities. The mysterious illness affecting the staff at the U.S. Embassy in Havana was caused by sonic weaponry in the hands of a foreign power. Numerous personnel have damage to the inner ear, but most are expected to make a full recovery. Of course, the event also damaged their cellular walls, but we can't blame that on some stupid noise gun. Thank God no local doctors examined them first. Honestly, what are the odds that alternate item would show up inside a U.S. embassy? Talk about good luck, huh? So much easier to... Hey, are you still recording this?
He's mad that it was recorded and then just left it sitting there. Headshot boost. So headshots are a thing. Probably those bright red spots.
The hotline can't be far now.
His weak points or what have you. I got a clearance. Can I get some of this? Maybe these are upgrade materials? That's why I can't read them? Huh. According to their testimony, the agents have been transported from the Butte home to a roadside motel named the Ocean View Motel and Casino and discovered a room key by performing a ritual. The key opened a door marked with an inverted black pyramid, which they only learned after a lengthy period of trial and error. After pulling another motel cord found inside this room, they were transported to the oldest house. The disappearances of the home's owner and other locals of Butte have been attributed to the light switch cord. The Ocean View Motel is known to have many doors and pathways. Since the occurrence, identical light switch cords to the one found in the Butte home have been appearing throughout the oldest house. At the time of writing, some light cords have been found in the oldest house located in these sectors. These all access the Ocean View Motel, though how exactly this link operates is unknown, but initial hypotheses center on the Butte as a something something. All visitors must check in. Director Trench, Bill Everett, Carol Bishop. Ring, 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 ring. Phone call, phone call.
The Ocean View Motel and Casino. Dream logic. The light switch cord. The door marked with the black pyramid.
Just in case you didn't pick up all that stuff, he gives you the Cliff Notes, I suppose. Here we go. Well, it's not a no-death run anymore. Hey man, how do you know? I could have been a penitent man. That's pretty cool. Drop me back here. I guess that was my last checkpoint, but did it save everything else I did? Store was already open. The enemies respawned instead. Dick. If I already have the Tomasi thing, okay. So it's saving my progress, but it's respawning some enemies to give me some roadblocks on the way back to where I was. Kinda like Dark Souls. Catalyst, light switch, law of 3 applies. Stand here.
Whoa. Have you been here before?
So I did have to pull it 3 times.
No. I've stayed at a lot of roadside motels across the country. On the road, on the run, under the radar. This feels like all of them. Like something recognized from a dream.
Twin Peaks much?
Hello? Anyone here? Key has a black pyramid on it.
cord again. Oop, here we go. How much you want to bet that roll of 3 is a hidden loading screen? Oops. Thing's coming for me. Kills me fast, too. Compulsive calls.
It is a phone. It's an object of power. It doesn't connect to any typical network. A direct line to the astral plane and the board. And my hypothesis is, under the right conditions, to other planes of existence as well.
A director needs a team. My management team. These people know the secrets of the Bureau as well as I do. Some even better. Darling, Tomasi, Salvador, Marshall. Marshall especially, my head of operations. She sees right through me. She knows I don't like relying on people. The only person you should fail is yourself. But things change when you become director.
I have it. The hotline. I can reach Trench. Well, listen to him. He feels more like an echo. An echo with important info. I need to get back to Emily.
Object should be inaccessible for use except to the director. Object is a 1960s era red Bakelite telephone. The rotary dial has been replaced with a black knob of unknown purpose. The phone weighs some pounds. The object allows the director to communicate with the board. If used by anyone other than the director, the object will cause lethal... The object is currently bound to Director Trench. The object spontaneously manifested in the director's office, placed on the desk. Director Northmore was the first known Bureau agent to use it. Battery of tests were run on the object, including this and that, but its origin remains unknown. So I can to him?
It took us a long time to learn how to stabilize the control points, the ley lines, the meridians of the oldest house. Darling found a way to soothe this beast. We discovered we must cleanse control points of all interference. It's my duty as the director, like Northmore before me. I couldn't manage it in my own house, at my home. I'll damn well do it here. Without the control points, the oldest house would swallow us alive. We'd be sealed inside an endless labyrinth. No one would hear our screams. If an enemy ever managed to corrupt the control points, it'd be over fast, spreading like a cancer, leaping over the fire breaks like a crown of fire. They are the weak point. Darling's right about that. He's wrong about everything else. Dangerously wrong. Suspiciously wrong. Has he been compromised? I can hear the hotline ringing in my dreams, constantly ringing. Ringing so loud I can't hear the voice I'm straining to understand. Why don't I pick up? It's a secure line of communication with the board. They would tell me what I need to know. Do I fear their answers? Would they have warned me of this threat? I didn't see it coming. The traitor in our midst. A conspiracy plotted right behind me. I can't trust anyone. I must assume all my intel has been manipulated. The hotline is the only channel I can trust. Bind it, control it. The rule and the ritual with objects of power. It can't be tampered with. The lifeline to the astral plane and the board. I must seek guidance. Soon. I'll rest first. I'm so tired. Always tired now. But I must reach the hotline. I think I'm under attack. An attack of dementia, exhaustion. It's a brain cloud making me forget. The hotline. I must reach the hotline. A director needs a team. My management team. These people know the secrets of the Bureau as well as I do. Some even better. They have proven themselves. Darling, Tomasi, Salvador, Marshall. Marshall especially, my head of operations. She sees right through me. She knows I don't like relying on people. The only person you should fail is yourself. So I followed my own orders. Northmore hated my guts for that. But things change when you become director. You suddenly see this dark void for the horror show it truly is, filled with screaming fear we pretend to control. Sand leaks through my fingers. The roses I pruned in the garden back when I still had a family, all dead. Heat escapes my body. My thoughts are scattered. The universe keeps expanding. I can't keep up with it alone. When I forget that, things go wrong. And my team has to pick up the pieces. Damage control. To help me get out of my mess. The Ocean View Motel and Casino is a familiar friend to me. I stayed in countless motels like it while investigating AWEs across the country, back in my field agent days. Those roadside motels all bleed together like a dream. Same and not the same. Anywhere and nowhere. The Ocean View operates on dream logic, and the light switch cord leaks out to be found in the most unexpected places. and sometimes successfully encouraged to appear and act as a convenient lock to keep out those not trained in dreamscape navigation. Even Bureau veterans can only find one key in the motel. The key that opens the door marked with the inverted black pyramid. The rest, the many other doors, are still mysteries to us. We're all merely guests there. Even the board. Sometimes I need to visit, just to breathe easier for a while. It beats the numb, sterile apartment I spend my nights in, insulated from everything but myself. I guess that's where the whiskey comes in. Something's coming. The whispers growing louder. The worst winter storm in Bureau history. Retribution for my sins. Our sins. This threat could destroy the Bureau, everything I've built. Destroy me. A web spun, turning this place against me. I catch glimpses of it in the corner of my eye. It's just out of reach. Elusive. It's clever. A perverse game of hide and seek. Is this part of an attack? Obfuscating the facts. Dimming my eyes. It's hard to tell. I need answers. I haven't heard back from Darling. I fear for my friend, my closest ally. I think we made a terrible mistake all those years ago. That thing he studies is putting us all in danger. It's my duty as director to keep the Bureau safe. It'll be difficult. What's done can't be undone. There's no easy fix. Magical thinking is a requirement for survival. Pain and suffering are mandatory. To change things, you have to break yourself. I don't know if I have the strength. I'm old and weak. I'm afraid. I can see my hands trembling. I'm losing control.
Okay.
People react strongly when I tell them about you. Is it too soon to tell Emily? She might be able to help.
Oh. I know there is some concern regarding our operations exceeding the annual budget. So long as we operate within the oldest house, we are obscured from scrutiny in many respects. If our budget demands are not exorbitant to the point of drawing attention, then they will be granted by the U.S. Treasury without question. The FBC is just another line in another spreadsheet that some lowly accountant won't even notice. Their eyes will skip over us as if we weren't even there. The nature of the oldest house allows us certain freedoms in how we operate. Our being here is no accident. Clearance level 4. Jeez. Did I miss one? Yes, I did. I know you can't control building shifts, but the executive level restroom has been missing for weeks now. I've worked my ass off in the Islamabad station for 3 years. I've earned the right to a nice workplace share. If you can't bring it back, at least find out where it went. Are they ever going to tell me what this stuff is for? How did I miss this stuff? Maybe I wasn't able to open it yet. Oh, I can heal. Anything else I missed? There's level 1. What do we get? Objects of power are unique in their capacity to grant certain individuals paranatural abilities. We call these individuals para-utilitarians. The potency of these abilities depends on a utilitarian. Using the something, an object of power as an example, some para-utilitarians can achieve a throw distance of a long distance, while others are only capable as little as a little distance. What exactly determines an individual's paranatural competence is unknown, but it is largely believed that some power exists within the body and that, like all muscles, it can be exercised. To continue my analysis, I have officially requested access to the Northmore records, considering he is one of the most accomplished para-utilitarians the Bureau has ever seen. Dr. Darling is still considering this request. Got a half a mind to just Google what these assets are for, because at the moment I have no indication of what I do with them. Okay, I already did that one. Wow. I really dropped the ball in here. What is that? Unclear. Collective unconscious is defined as a form of the unconscious that is shared in all human minds. From this arises unconscious knowledge linking us through our ancestral heritage. Through this collective unconscious, we unknowingly attribute a series of images and archetypes to all elements of our lives. These archetypes are never fixed, but shift and change in tandem with our species and culture. This internal belief in the power of images shared by a massive population is something in the creation of altered items and objects of power. The sheer amount of something exuded is attracted to the best representation of that image, imbuing a single object with massive amounts of probably power. Theoretically, places of power could likewise be formed by the simple power of sustained collective belief. Yep, that is the founding concept of Fate Stay Night. That's cool. 4. Alright. Let's go talk to Emily.
Jesse, did you get the hotline? I mean, how is it out there? The comms? The hiss? Sorry. You made it. I'm glad.
Emily? Let's talk.
Of course.
Initial encounters with the entity known as the Hiss have revealed various behavioral facts. Most notably, the Hiss is able to invade or corrupt control points, altered items, and even humans, radically changing their behavior. Curiously, any person wearing one of the wearable HRA devices that Dr. Darling has been distributing over the past few weeks, it was not affected by this corruption. The only known exception to this fact is the new director, Jesse Faden, who possesses an inherent immunity to the hiss. This could indicate that she has already been corrupted, but her behavior is so in contrast to that of the other hiss that I have dismissed the theory. My final observation comes from Ms. Faden herself. She is able to cleanse material and organisms of the hiss corruption. We have tested this ability on a hiss-corrupted entity, but unfortunately the process seems to kill the host. Perhaps the host's physiology becomes reliant on the hiss, and more work is to be done.
I got the hotline. I can make out what Trench is saying now.
Incredible. What did he say?
He talked about his management team. People who knew the Bureau's secrets. Your boss, Darling. Tomasi, but he's gone. His gone. Salvador?
He's the head of security.
And Marshall?
Helen Marshall is head of operations. She's tough, ex-CIA. She took her rangers and went to the research sector to secure the HRA production. She hasn't come back.
Someone who could help us. The other sectors. How do I get there?
It's impossible because of the internal lockdown. You can perform a directorial override to lift it, but that can only be done in the maintenance sector. Normally, you take the sector elevator down there. It connects all the sectors, but it won't work while the lockdown is in effect.
We already got past one lockdown.
Maybe I can find a way.
Jesse, look, with no prep, no training, in this extreme situation, you are doing phenomenally well. And all that and the hiss can't seem to affect you. I mean, I would love to run some tests on you. If you agree, that is. We could find out something that would help us.
Tests? I don't know. She might find out about you. But I wouldn't mind understanding more myself.
Okay. If you think it will help.
Great. I'll check the internal documentation for any lockdown bypasses. We need to get these sectors open to locate Darling and Marshall.
And I'll look for a way inside the maintenance sector. The sooner we find one, the sooner I reach this override.
Okay, now I can finally use this stuff.
Do you hear that? Someone's singing. Where's it coming from?
I'll go look.
Hi, Jesse.
She was lit up, but there's nothing new to talk about here.
Thanks,
Okay.
Emily.
Just
I'm
kidding.
sure I'll have more questions soon.
Just let me know.
Singing. Sounds like it's coming from the elevator.
20 feet. Bullshit. We've never recorded any distance over 5.
Obviously, you never read the P6 data.
Astral constructs. Weapon forms. Okay, I can get the shatter now. I'll take that. Make mods. Upgrade mods. Get spend to refresh what's available. Alright. Ability points. Weapon form slot. More slots. Energy, melee damage. It's already really strong, so that should allow it to kill those enemies outright. Get some health. No, I'm not. Why don't you tell me what this stuff does? Wow. Let's get some more energy while we're at it so we can unlock that weapon slot. Let's save the rest for now. Shatter equipped. Extra projectiles. Sounds nice. Energy boost. Missions. Okay. How do I swap weapons? That's a valuable question, I would say. Level 3.
Time to work. Meet me in the maintenance.
Like I said before, the janitor is a friendly face. The maintenance sector is the janitor domain. If I can find Ahti here, he can help me reach the override. Maybe it was you who got me into the oldest house with the lockdown on. Maybe it was Ahti. It felt like he made the elevator appear that took me to Trench's office. Is Ahti guiding me too?
Oh, hey there. Oops.
The directorial override is right there, in the control room.
No wonder. Ah, we can customize these. Okay, so let's put this in a triangle and this on square so it's a little more like... Wait, I have a dodge? Really?
How do we get there?
So now it's more like Halo controls, which I'm very used to. I don't have a dodge yet. Okay. Hi guys. We're probably gonna fight, aren't we? I can see you up there, pal. Meet me in the maintenance. Good to know. I wonder if I can change the weapon swap to or the open thing. No. Okay. Now this place is a maze. Don't know whether I'm coming or going. Security level 4. Here's where I enter. Oop, 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 oop. I hear you, buddy.
What's down that way?
Put his own face on the door. Shatter projectile choke. Let's compare that. Yeah, that's probably better.
Well done. You got the job. It's place for congratulations. Yippee, saatana. It happened in the last drop. I truly need an assistant.
Funny thing is, I've been a janitor. I'm more at home in that role than as the director. Only Ahti here seems to see that.
Yeah, hi, Ahti. Look, we need to get the lockdown lifted, otherwise I can't get to the other sectors. Can you help me get to the override?
Yes, yes. Easy peasy. It's just around the corner. But first, we need to get you working. Very small, couple of hours job.
Something tells me it's gonna be more than that.
Yeah. You think there's a dog buried in this? I can tell you are not yesterday's Krause's son. That's why you'll make a great assistant. Very well. I'll hit the facts on the table. Mä sanon perkele suoraan, että this house has a vermin problem. A bad one. They've already messed up the cooling pumps. And the power generators of a power plant, perkele. And the pensioner inside is starting to feel the band around his head tighten. The situation needs to be fixed before the plant blows up. And we all disappear like a fart in Sahara.
Trying my best to keep up with this. Fix the coolant pumps and the power generators, otherwise the power plant will blow.
But don't you worry. I've left you clear instructions. You'll catch the end of the thread before I go to my vacation. The work's on the task board here. You can do later, when you have time.
Vacation? Right.
Yes, no one's gonna cancel my holiday or seat's gonna rattle. But don't worry at all. You'll take care of it and soon this crisis gonna be last winter's snow. You better go now, so you don't have to run with your head as your third leg. The door in the back leads to the plant.
The door in the back.
Hey, clearance level 2.
That's great. Thank you, Ati.
Subquests?
Yep. Burn the trash. Throw it in the fire. Burn it all. Burn it into a reindeer, not into a moose.
New materials. Okay. Where do I go for this? Over there, huh?
Pensioner. Yes.
Keep hitting that, don't want to go into the map, but map is up.
Okay, so what happens again if that thing blows up?
Power. Explosion. Too much. Director's duty. Keep the lights on. Northmoor was director before me. I never wanted his job. I never wanted power. I purposefully avoided it. Didn't trust it. Didn't want to rely on it. Northmoor was all about power. A man like an explosion, hungry for authority, for order, for more. Until it was too much. I had to find a solution in the end. Contain the situation. Northmoor never liked me, but he went along with it, to his credit. He didn't really have a choice. I suppose at the end of the day, a director's most basic duty is to keep the lights on. Here's to you, Northmoor. There were no prime candidates waiting in the wings, but I was there. Had been the whole time, keeping my head down, working my ass off. I had nothing to lose. I picked up the gun almost on a dare.
There was a hallway I had to go down. Huh. Here we go.
Hey, man! What are you drawing? I'm drawing a dog!
I'm drawing the pyramid.
The what?
The pyramid.
What's a pyramid?
The Black Pyramid. It's in the astral plane.
Airplane?
Astral plane. It's big, white, and empty. Or is it?
Bum, bum, bum.
It's a weird, crazy alien dimension. The white goes on forever. You can get lost in all that white and never find your way back home.
I miss my home.
Jeez. Ah, debated. Merry-go-round horse object of power.
Ugh, this place makes me nauseous.
Yeah. Oop.
An object of power. How do you think it got down here? A carousel horse. Why is kid stuff always so creepy?
Ah, that gives me the dodge. Oh, air dash. Yeah, boy. Oops. I'm not sure why that didn't work the first time. Immune. Bro, we got here.
Let's see the Hess keep up with me now.
Gonna off the edge and then do it again. Yeah, but I can't get a jump afterward. Ah! Cool. that. Alright. Missions. Let's track that one. Object should be kept in a confined space when unbound. Fiberglass horse once used as a seat for a merry-go-round ride. The pole is still connected to the object. The object is capable of moving short distances at high speeds. This can be quite dangerous when a person is in its path. This object is currently bound by nobody. The object was discovered at the site of an abandoned amusement park. Local authorities reported that the rides would move on their own and that they would be chased out. When these rumors reached the Bureau, see America Overnight episode 235, agents were dispatched to investigate. 3 local somethings were found dead at the scene. The object attacked Agent Someone by something. Agents invoked Formula C.5 to slow the object long enough to acquire it. There. How do I do that? I think I'm on the wrong floor. An object of power escaped the Panopticon a couple weeks ago, and they want everyone to keep an eye out for it. If anyone sees a merry-go-round horse zipping around the sector, alert me immediately. Do not try to contain it on your own, and definitely don't bind it to yourself. Well, I did it. Sorry. Get to that. Yeah, maybe I have to do it later. It's friendly.
Hey, are you new?
She's
Go
friendly.
talk with Chief Arish in the security booth. He's in charge here.
Heard.
Ma'am, if you're here to help, you should speak with Chief Arish. He's in the security booth.
Oh, I thought it was so sneaky going back there. Ain't nothing.
Ma'am! Hey! Chief Arish, FBC Security. Shouldn't you be in a safe room?
They all have HRAs. We're on the same side.
My name is Jesse Faden. I'm here to perform the directorial override to get the lockdown lifted.
Yeah, Chief Arish, FBC Security. I'm just... Oh, hang on, you're the new director. It's a pleasure, ma'am.
Let's skip the formalities, please.
Right. Faden, ma'am. Look, as you can probably tell, it's a bit of a shit show down here. We've been holding our ground, but whatever's gotten into our buddies has them wrecking the coolant pumps and the power converters. The NSC keeps overheating, and my crews keep getting shot before they have a chance to make any repairs.
NSC?
Oh, sorry. Bureau jargon. It's what we call the power plant. Not the big rumbling metal thing. Salvador, head of security, asked me to protect it in case of an attack. See, what's inside is dangerous. Dr. Darling seemed to know it would be a target.
Darling? He's here?
No, he came down a few days ago, before everything went to hell. He was out of it. Smelled like a bar mat. He was ranting about vulnerabilities and how he only had one large-scale HRA, but that he needed it somewhere else. Still, at least he gave us these personal HRAs before he left. Hey, did I mention that he was tearing his clothes off? Crazy dude.
Darling knew the hiss was coming.
Listen, I love playing 20 questions as much as the next guy, but we have got to get the water and electrical systems repaired before this baby blows. I'll have my guys unlock the doors out of here for you.
I'll take care of it. You stay and keep the hiss away from the plant if you can.
The hiss? That's what we're calling him? That's catchy. Oh, listen, the radios aren't working, so if you find my boss Salvador out there, could you please ask him what the plan is? I'm sure he will have one by now.
I'll keep an eye out for him.
He sure has a lot of faith in his boss.
Try to stay alive.
That's reassuring. Hey Simon, I got your message. Yeah, if someone in the sector is asking about Ati, just tell him you'll handle it and leave it at that. Under no circumstances should any personnel intervene with his day-to-day routine. I've told you everything I know about him, so you could better deal with his odd habits, but yes, it's very much a classified matter. Also, I saw your report on the quarry worker who wandered into the Foundation. Detaining him was the right move. We'll figure out what he saw before we decide on next steps. Cheers, Lynn. In case you hadn't noticed, something is up between Trench and Darling. I know it isn't your strong suit, but try your best to stay out of it. Accuracy. I can deconstruct these four materials. I guess I should probably do that.
Blockages in pipes C through F. When the converters and coolant pumps are working again, we should be able to get this baby back down to a safe temperature. I hope.
What do you know about the hiss?
Not much, only what I've seen. Well, they use the same tactics that Marshall and Salvador taught us, which makes me think that the hiss haven't completely erased the people inside, which is a pretty fucking horrible thought. Or they're just using whatever they find in their victims' heads. In any case, they are really eager to get inside the power plant.
Why do you think that is?
Shit, I don't know. They want to make my life harder?
What do you do here, Arish?
Security chief of the maintenance sector. I make sure all the weird shit down here doesn't bother the maintenance crews. Learned everything I know from Salvador. The best security agent this bureau has ever seen. And
you like your job?
I love it. You know, everyone thinks that maintenance is the lowest rung on the ladder just because we fix pipes instead of writing memos, but I gotta be honest. These are the bravest people in the goddamn building. I'm proud to work with them.
I've done a few odd jobs with these kind of folks. They say what they mean. I like that.
What exactly is the power plant?
Listen, I only know what Salvador told me, but I know it generates all the electricity for the Bureau, and it's got two very simple rules. Rule 1, keep it below a certain temperature. Rule 2, don't ever, ever open it. Oh, and 3, it's classified, so I shouldn't ask.
Sounds like secrets are standard operating procedure around here.
Oh, yeah. It's all part of the job.
What do you know about the service weapon?
Not much. The thing is director only. Salvador told me by the time he saw Trench use it. Sounds like that gun can do some serious damage. Yeah, I did see pictures of it once, though, and it looks different to that thing you're carrying. You monitor something? It's new.
Is new a good thing?
Given the circumstances, I'd say new was our best bet.
Do you know this Ati guy?
Of course. He's my favorite coffee break buddy. Dude has got some crazy stories. He probably knows more than anyone else around here. He can make sense of what he's saying.
Any idea where he's from?
I'm guessing Sweden.
He's from where he's from. Look, there are just some stones that are better left unturned, you know?
I should be going.
Right. You gotta lock down the lift.
Just keep staring at it, buddy. It'll do something eventually, I'm sure.
Clock back. Now? Oh man, Adi is gonna be so pissed.
Hey, give me that. But it's still red in here. Oh. Return grenades. I like that. Give me that. Oh. Yep, I want that shit. Construct spin. That sounds good. These are all level 1. Wait, countermeasures, what is this? Oh. Like achievements? How many can I accept? Oh, it's random stuff, okay. So it's not like Wolfenstein where you just can't get stuff unless you do stuff a certain way. This is just a cool additional thing that you can do. I'm into that. You can take 3 at a time. So just kill stuff. Cool. Yeah, I much prefer that. I don't want to be locked out of stuff. Gotta find my way over to that other quest. I kind of wish I could get a HUD indicator for it, but what are you gonna do? Fuck away from me with that shit. Hiss-charged agents are examples of extreme physical deformation resulting from Hiss corruption. Hiss-charged display an unthinking fixation on any non-corrupted individuals in the area. Once within a specific proximity, they erupt in a burst of focused Hiss resonance so dense that it acts as a physical force. The Hiss charge is depleted of the Hiss corruption after this eruption. The host is left lifeless. This behavior may be an adaptive response to the HRAs. The Hiss charge are designed to blow the devices off potential hosts, exposing them to the residents. Is the Hiss capable of customizing corrupted hosts' altered ability to this degree? Why is the physiology of the Hiss charge so dramatically different from the host's original form? Lots of questions, no answers. Gas chamber. That's where I want to be. Oh, and that's where those dudes were. Hey!
Power cut. Replace the parts.
Where are those fuckers for? You guys are dicks. Sounds like Ati singing.
My name is Dr. Pierce, lead researcher of the Parakinesiology Department. I believe I've discovered a Code Omega paranatural entity residing within the Bureau itself, right under our noses. Darling refused to allocate me the budget or resources, so I'm taking matters into my own hands. Let this recording be the proof I need to convince them. The furnace can speak. It's been talking to me for some time now. Listen. Did you hear that? It's a sentient force capable of communicating. I checked, and there's no record of ever installing this furnace. I believe that... Oh, sorry. What? Yes, I can feed you. What do you eat? I see. I'll try to find some volunteers.
So, they wanted to eat people, did it? How about that? Not counting towards total. So what garbage is it referring to? There's a lower section too. Anything of interest down here? Yes.
Crash. Did Ati need barrels full of hazardous biological material?
I gotta find all these barrels and get rid of them.
Considering breaking some environmental regulations on waste disposal, but if that's what Ati wants, then I'll get it done.
Yeah, seems sketchy. I agree. Alright, what am I missing? Hey Bowser, get this. The accounting department still says they haven't received my expense reports. They say the receipts probably got lost in the mail tubes because of a shift or a threshold or some such fuckery, and that if I don't have the originals, they can't verify my expenses for reimbursement. This is such bullshit. Why do we even use these fucking tubes if they just spit our mail out in some other goddamn dimension? Just venting here before I make a formal complaint. Useless pieces of shit. Got any more of them biohazards? I'm only missing one. Where'd it be at? Biohazard barrel. Where are you? Oh, I hate when this happens. You get down to one left and then you just can't see it. Is it outside? I ain't seeing it. messing with me, game. Crap. Haven't I looked? Oh, got it.
That's all right.
Yay. Damage boost mod. Take a look at that. 15%. Alright. I almost made that. I wonder if I can. I can't even open that door anyway, but I want to know. Stand on this. Damn it. It does go somewhere. Maybe I need a better jump or something to be able to get through there. Alright. Other quest is over there. Why me? Two quests. there, pal. I'm gonna switch those controls back because I keep using them like they were before.
Oh, this place is gonna come down. Much large enemies when their health is low. Okay.
It's fried up. You need to fix it before the old quick bites inside the plant has a shit fit.
What's up top? A safe object of power can produce a barrier including objects or materials from its immediate vicinity. Bureau Rangers were given permission to employ heavy weaponry against a para-utilitarian bound to this object in order to gauge the barrier's durability. Tested with results. Testing will continue eventually. The safe object of power is clearly a viable candidate for use in combat response scenarios. Allowing para-utilitarians to participate in altered engagements would be an advantage worth considering. The auto target is nice and quick. Can I climb this thing? Not that way. Power cores, where do they go?
Fix the pumps and water flow.
Next game is Wednesday at 8, usual spot. Hazard still owes me $20. Arish, he's still on a fucking winning streak. Please someone figure out how he's cheating. Thompson, suspended for a game because of that shitty dealing incident. Guy, IU 60. I brought beers last time, so it's Hepstenstall's turn. Elevator. Okay. Menus. Okay. That one's finished. Need a few more kills to finish the other one. Investigate the training course. I haven't even been there. Not even clear to me how to get there. Does this not actually work, or can't go there yet? New area. I guess the Turning on the power up in this place. Spin rate of fire boost, which means I should be able to get that gun for too long here. The oldest house is a place in flux. Thresholds appear with no warning. What the threshold will contain is a question we can only answer once it manifests. The widely accepted theory is that the thresholds are dimensions vibrating on a subspace frequency different from our own. When these frequencies match, the threshold will manifest in the oldest house, which acts as something. Others theorize thresholds are parallel universes or possibly our own reality at a different point in time. Some believe our collection of altered materials affects the house or attracts the thresholds. We do know for certain that the thresholds are not permanent. Eventually the frequency will shift. Some believe Earth itself is another threshold connected to the oldest house, which is actually rooted in some other reality. This theory, while impossible to disprove, causes something in those who learn of it, so it is actively denied. At my desk. Man, she is strong. I'd like to file a formal complaint regarding the unauthorized use of my voice in a state of quality that I did not agree on. The fact that they were planning to use material from what I thought was a rehearsal was not communicated to me at all. Had it been, I would have disallowed the use of these recordings. I want use of the Ranger Field Training Course recorded messages to halt immediately. I will not stand for this humiliation among my peers. I will go to HR with this if necessary.
I just read this. Welcome to the Ranger Field Training Course. The course must be completed in the specified amount of time. When you're ready to start, press the button. Is that all, or?
I always did love obstacle courses.
Get ready, Ranger. Course starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
What's going on here?
45 seconds remaining.
Okay. Yeah, I'm probably going to do it over because I got stuck in that first try.
5 seconds remaining. Course failed. Try again, Ranger.
Come on.
That's pretty close too. This is literally the last room. Damn it. Well, now we know what to do.
Get ready, Ranger. Course starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. 5 seconds remaining. Course failed.
What?
Try again, Ranger.
Wait a minute. I made it in here. What do I do after that?
Get ready, Ranger. Course starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Seconds remaining.
Right thing, please.
Seconds remaining.
Guessing this isn't usually part of the course. It's protecting itself. We need to hit it harder to break that shield. Shield.
I'm gonna clean them up. Okay. What's going on here? Have I been here before? I feel like I have. Atlas chamber. Jeez. Well, that's intense. I'm not penitent enough, I don't think. Listen, Trench is on the warpath about this Tennyson report thing. He wants to know who wrote it, and he wants to know yesterday. Whoever did it is going to get crucified. I don't know if it was one of you guys, and I don't want to know. I'm not super keen on leading a witch hunt, so tell everyone in the sector to keep their heads down. Best not to be on anyone's radar right now, you know? I tell ya, not even counting all the weird shit we deal with. This place can be downright hostile work environment sometimes. Oh, shit. That's what I get. Well, that sucked. I was about to ask if I despawned them, and clearly I did not. Yeesh. Okay. Shield boost. Now I need to get down to the bottom. We got new thing, shield. Let's get another boost. They were not dying from that last one. Nice. These don't have any side paths, they just get better. And what is this? Survival tactics. Oh, right. Gotta collect my shit. Without getting hit. Pierce mode. I don't have Pierce. Almost there. Oh. Gotcha. This will let me make better mods. ditch some of these. Will I get enough? I'm not going to use them. No, it's nowhere near enough. Personal mods. Are these worth more? Nope. Still not worth much. Alright, I'll just wait. It's not the door I want. I'm in here already, right? Yeah. So I can't get in here. Does this mean I gotta go the other way? I'm thinking I gotta go through that back path that it showed.
Look alive. Director on deck.
Nothing new to say to me. Alright, let's try to hunt down that back way in. Oh, it's literally just right here. Okay.
We need to fix this thing ASAP.
Agreed.
Go to city. Fix it fast. If the plant goes boom, we can throw the spoon in the cold.
Yeah, I know you're gonna ambush me.
My old enemy, the clock, is blocking the pipes. You need to deal with that. He's very clever. He's trying to sneak. He got caught with his hand in the history.
What the hell is that? Oh, that's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
Gotta love a shit monster. What if we didn't do that? Roadie.
just hold together a little longer.
I'm not clear on whether I did everything I needed to do back there. Gross blockage down in the water systems is back. What the fuck is it? And where does it keep coming from? Why the hell does Aji keep yelling nonsense at it? He acts like it can understand him. Of course, he acts like we can understand him too. Guess that's his brand of crazy. Let me try to nuke drain cleaner. Extreme strength. Oh, there you are, you fuckers. I hear you, but I don't see you. Funny that sometimes that stuff just gets stuck in midair. But it only seems to be those little scraps. Yeah, I powered up one thing. What else needs power? There's one. There's a third one somewhere. There we are. Oops.
Let's go lift the rock.
Okay. Down here. troopers are meant to be the first agents to enter unknown Oz thresholds or any other paranaturally hazardous situation. They are heavily armored and heavily armed in preparation of the worst. As a result of their role, His troopers have access to the heaviest armor and weaponry from the Bureau's armory, including military-grade chain guns and grenade launchers. In addition to their already formidable FBC-issued armor, the Hiss resonance surrounding these entities is dense enough to stop bullets. If forced to engage one of these, be sure to make use of any available cover. Also note that to the telekinetically talented, enemy grenades can be a welcome source of ammunition. Before I go, let's see if that whole door is open. Doesn't look like it will be. No. Probably opens from the other side. Oh, there is fall damage. Okay. Question answered. Still seems to be the only way out. Although maybe I screwed up and that door is open and I just missed it. Either way, this will work. This one's done. Oh. Ooh. Shit's going down in here. Where's that? What are you shooting at? Larg.
We don't know this.
Energy conversion
Okay. Control room. Man, I'm right on top of it. Where the... Now I go here. Cool. Definitely need to invest in my energy level.
Forces contained. The lockdown could only be lifted by a directorial override.
This is what we came here to do.
So much is expected from the director. The privilege to steer the Bureau into dangerous waters
Glitching out a little
and
bit here.
safely out again. To inspire and lead its people. To protect them. The board is there to advise you, but they want things in return. You hold all this in your old, trembling hands. I had to lose everything before I could see the Bureau is the director's life. There's no room for anything else. If the forces contained here escaped, we'd be dragged back into an age of superstition, terror, death. Assuming you think we ever really left that behind. Any emergency, any major containment breach, and the lockdown goes into effect. I implemented this security measure in my first years as director. I knew we were vulnerable. I'd personally seen the cost of sloppiness. I made sure the internal lockdown could only be lifted by a directorial override, only to be used when the director is confident the sectors are safe to be opened again. This way, the director is the last line of defense. And if I screw up, it's on me, and me alone.
The object is a guardhouse brand home safe. Weight measurements vary. When bound, the object allows para-utilitarians to telekinetically gather item and debris from their surroundings. The object is currently bound by somebody. Discovered in the basement of a home in somewhere, Ohio, the object gained rapid interest in certain online forums dedicated to opening abandoned safes. After months of failure, the owner attempted to open it with explosives. The object survived with no physical damage. Bureau agents were dispatched, now confident of its paranatural nature. Blood occasionally emerges from the seam around the object's door. Tests confirm the blood is not human. X-rays taken of the object indicate that something is trapped inside, though the images are always blurred, which indicates the contents of the object are moving. All attempts to open the object have been unsuccessful. Yikes. Hey, that's a neat trick.
That's it. The other sector should be open now. I think it's time I told Emily why I'm here. I'll risk it. You two should get to know each other.
What you got for me? I can afford to spit. Let's do it. Okay, so I can afford to equip 2 weapons. Doesn't look like I'm ever going to get a 3rd slot. Loading. I don't like that sometimes you can get stuck, but at least you can always back out. Damage while low on health, plus 50. That's nice. That's close range.
Hope has asked us to document this.
Jesse, you made it. And you lifted the internal lockdown.
Let's talk, Emily.
Yes, of course.
Listen, Emily. Screw it. Just tell her. I haven't been completely honest. I have a younger brother, Dylan. When we were kids, we found an old slide projector in Ordinary's landfill. The slides created doorways to other places. Bad things happened. Came through. That's all she gets. The rest stays locked inside. But we found help. Through one of the doorways, we met something. A being.
A being? What kind of being?
It's hard to describe, but she helped us. We managed to turn the projector off. The bad things that came through the doorways were gone. After that, your people came. Tried to grab us. I ran away. They got Dylan. I left him behind.
Bureau agents took your brother?
Yes. He covered it up. No one believed me. I just want to find Dylan. I've been looking for him ever since.
What happened to the slide projector? It sounds like another object of power.
I thought you took it. The Bureau. Along with Dylan.
I've never heard of it. But around here, I assume everything's classified. You know, I looked into the ordinary AWE case files after you mentioned it. Trench and Darling were both involved. A large area of the containment sector was reserved for it. The case hasn't been active for a long time. I have no idea if anything's still there. Can you tell me more about this being you found?
Let's hope you two get along. She's been with me ever since Ordinary. In my head. She led me to you. I call her Polaris.
As in a guiding star. Did Polaris know about the hiss? If she got you in here in spite of the lockdown, she's very powerful. Which may help explain your test results. Your readings are incredible, Jesse. Now, cross-referencing them with the database, I found 2 matches in Darling's old classified files. Unfortunately, I can't access them beyond the file codes. But one was P6, referring to a prime candidate for a potential future bureau director. This was logged years ago.
Dylan. Is that Dylan?
The other match is on something called Hedron, which must be connected to these Hedron resonance amplifiers somehow. All I know is that Marshall went to the research sector to secure the HRA production after the Hiss first attacked.
So, Marshall seems like our best lead on Dylan. I need to go after her. How can I get to the research sector?
Use my key card. The sector elevator will take you there.
Woohoo, level 3.
Marshall is the next step. What Emily told me about Ordinary, my powers being connected to things in the Bureau's past. I am so close to something. Do you feel it? Something's coming.
We take turns to come for a visit. I helped you. You owe me now. And when time comes, I will come calling.
Okay. Oh, this one's on a timer? Wonder if that means there's like random quests? That could be interesting.
I heard the Hiss attacked the power plant. Brings up a lot of new questions.
Alright, I really need more energy. Yay, Matza.
Are they communicating? Coordinating? What about the plant attracted them?
Let's throw another mod on. What do I got here? Make launch cheaper. More health. Well, these launch a lot, so let's do that.
The power plant is largely confidential. No use guessing.
Alright guys, I think I'm going to stop it here for now. We'll see you next time.
What do you mean? It has to